Welcome to the Fitness Oracle Daily Show. I am your host, John Katsavos, and today is Throwback Thursday. And today we're going to be talking about the very first time when I lost Vio Fitness. Now, this is an interesting story, and I haven't really shared this a lot with a lot of people, and especially with you guys, my audience, but it was a very big and interesting turning point in my life. When I first started Vio Fitness, I had just left. When I first started my personal training career, I had just left a very comfortable job working as I was an elevator operator in a loading dock. Not the most stimulating job in the world, but it paid very well. And my heart just wasn't in it. So I did a little bit of soul searching one night while I was in the elevator. And I came to the decision that, you know what, I really love I really love exercise. I really love working out. So I decided to go get my personal training certificate, got a job at a big box gym. And 6 months later, I lost a job because up until that point in my life, I never sold anything to anybody. And that big box gym started putting sales quotas on me. And I was like, wait a second, I'm a personal trainer. Why do I need to know how to sell? That's your job. So, needless to say, 6 months later, I lost my job because I couldn't sell. I couldn't sell an ice pick to an Eskimo. I don't care if people think that's racist, it's not, but whatever. Just a saying. Let it go, people. Let it go. So, I found another job at a boot camp company. That lasted about a month. I actually I actually tore somebody's quadricep right at the very top, both of them. I felt terrible. I was doing a fitness, a quote unquote fitness test, which is not a fitness test, but whatever. And part of it was sprinting. I asked her. I overheard her say that she went for a run. So I asked her, I go, what kind of run did you go on? She's like, oh, just a regular run. She didn't tell me it was a half marathon. There's runs, then there's half and full marathons. The day before. And I had her doing sprints. And then I saw her like within 2 steps, I saw her on the ground. And I find out later that she tore both her quadriceps right at the insertion. So right at the origin. So right at the very top of her pelvis, right at the top of her leg, both quadriceps snapped on both legs. I couldn't sleep for 2 weeks. The owners of the gym wanted me to go into more training. I'm like, no, I need to rethink about how I do this personal training. So I left the job and I opened up Vio Fitness. And I was forced to learn how to sell. Wasn't very good at it, but I managed to get my first $1,000 months. And that $1,000 turned into two to $3,000 a month. It is. And I was doing courses here and there, and I was going into doing boot camps here, doing boot camps there, personal training here, personal training there, at people's homes. I was doing pretty well, and I'll never forget it. I was at home, was writing a blog post, and my creditor started to call me again. I'm like, what the WTF? Like, what the this is insane. This is insane. I have nothing. There's no income for me. So I stopped it. I stopped it because I didn't want to go back to a big box gym. And I did a little bit of soul searching. And at that point in time, I was in my early 30s, late 20s to early 30s. So I was about like 30 years old. And I decided, you know what, let me take another shot at being an auto mechanic. Called up my cousin. My cousin had a friend who was an auto mechanic. He took me on for about 2 months. And we both came to he told me that being a mechanic is not my job, which is right. My heart wasn't in it. I was like a zombie at that job, like an utter zombie. And I was not happy. I mean, mind you, I was getting a killer body. First time in my life, I was getting a six pack, but the money was okay. I mean, I got myself out of debt, but my heart wasn't in it. So I had to figure out another way. Where was I my most happiest? My most happiest time was when I was in the gym training people. But I don't want to sell. Long and behold, I find LA Fitness. You don't have to sell at LA Fitness, which is a bonus. The pay wasn't great, but at least I could live my life comfortably enough so that I can do the job that I love, do the courses so I can learn more. So the incident that I had with that lady um, never happens again. And it has never happened again. None of my clients from that moment on have ever been hurt. And I'm going on a 10-year streak right now. Yes, 10-year streak. And well, here I am. So, what I want to talk about is the mindset that I was when I first made the decision that Vio Fitness was over. The mindset was simple. I was not happy. I was scrambling. I was going nuts. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn to. I didn't know who to speak to. My parents had no idea how to help me with this. Again, I was alone. So I had to dig deep. I had the tools and the experience that I had 6 years ago from that moment in time. So I'm like, okay, I know not to go down this path. What did I do in order to get out of there? Well, I would go for walks, clean up my diet. Then I had the idea, maybe I should go back as an auto mechanic. That didn't work out. All right. Maybe I'll go to a gym, get a job at a gym again. Spent 2 years at LA Fitness. I'm like, then I reopened Vio Fitness with a new tool set, providing better programs for my clients, more programs that were more personalized for them. I lost that because of the back and forth. You know, I went from LA Fitness to a private gym to my own studio, back to a private gym within a matter of 6 months. I mean, I don't blame my clients. I don't blame them at all. Yeah, shit happens. It's life. Get over it, which I did. That's basically what I wanted to share with you guys is that just because, life throws a really bad curveball to you that smacks you dead flat in the face and you're forced to start from nothing, don't be afraid of starting from nothing because something amazing is going to happen from that nothing. One more thing before we close off the show, I want to share this thing with all you guys. Before I moved down here to Florida, one of my buddies back in Toronto, I was on the phone with him and I told him, I'm moving down to Florida. I'm leaving Toronto for good. I'm not coming back here to live. He's like, I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it. He goes, you do these amazing things sometimes and it blows my mind. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, dude, you know how hard this is for me? He goes to me, bro, you started over how many times? And you keep moving forward little by little. He goes, this is not a setback for you. He goes, you've done this so many times. Keep going. Keep moving forward. You know how to do this. He goes, I could never do that. Never. He goes, I'm not that brave. Like, well, it's what I know. I don't want to give up on this because this is my life. This is my life's work, and I don't want to give up on my dreams. People, if you want to give up on your dreams, stay in your comfy little bubble. If you don't want to live in your dreams and you want to strive for something, if you want to strive for a life worth living, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's going to be easy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to be a bed of roses with beautiful leaf petals and palm leaves, palm branches on the ground. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Punches going to be thrown at you. Expect to lose everything and hold on to whatever little that you have. That's all I can say about that. It's fear has a lot to do with this too. Stepping into it and being uncomfortable. If if you're not comfortable being uncomfortable, I know this, I hate this saying, I hate these things, but it's so true. Then stay in your little comfort bubble. This this life ain't for you. Anyways, tomorrow, um, we're gonna go into the farce around the lone wolf syndrome. We talked about all this stuff earlier in the month. I'm just adding a little bit more because this is such an important topic. These are such important topics. So tune into that. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching this episode, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and share this episode if you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, iHeartRadio, or whatever streaming service that you use, please give us a 5-star rating and a positive review, as it will help us reach out to more people that are suffering from mental health issues. But before you go, I'd like to invite you to keep this conversation going by signing up to your free account at PodInBox. Over the years, we've discovered that in order for us to achieve the greatness that we're destined for, we can't do this alone. So in order for you to find your place back in this world, we've come across this amazing tool called PodInBox, where we can get together and discuss this topic even deeper. All you have to do is click on the link in the show notes and sign up for your free account and find out for yourself how powerful community really is. Until tomorrow, you guys have an awesome day.